probably a little easier to shoot a video here and to show you what we ran into. But this is a Bel Air wagon, four-door wagon. And a lot of people don't know, but the Bel Air wagons, the four-door wagons, had to use 210 trim, stainless trim, because Bel Air trim on a sedan is much wider. This would be about yay wide on a sedan. And the problem you run into is when you get all the way back to the crown molding, it's too wide and it won't fit. So the factory just used 210 trim even on Bel Airs. Of course, the crown molding is Nomad length or four-door wagon length. That was a special length. Two doors were much longer for Bel Air, and of course 210 was very short. But that's unique to four-door Bel Air wagons and Nomads. But back to the dent, the dip. We cut that out. You saw pictures before. My thought was that we just changed the window frames over. But if you'll put them side by side, you'll notice that the rear post for the window there is much wider on a sedan. We didn't know that going in, but that's very narrow, so it'd be very hard to match up a sedan rear post, as it's really wide, so it's hard to swap just the frame. Of course, the wagons are square, whereas the sedans are curved to match the roof line. So we just cut out that center section and matched up the dip with the insert trim, so that's a straight shot there. Makes it look better. On the inside, it's a little dark here. But the garnish molding has to have the dip in it, so we cut that off of a sedan. Actually, the factory welds those together right about here. Very easy to pull the factory weld spot off and put the sedan dip in the garnish molding. Also, interestingly enough, can't show it here, but the inner door skin on a wagon has that dip already in it. It is a sedan inner door skin. They're identical. So putting that on is very easy. I mentioned getting or cutting the window length, the glass length, a little longer in this direction. Mine, I have to be careful. If I roll that window completely up, you can see the window frame in the dip. I put that glass in before we did the dip and didn't know. So if I had to do it over again, that's just flat glass, so no big deal. But if I had to do it over again, I would make that a little bit longer so that it wouldn't show. And that's custom. That's a custom door card. That is a four-door hardtop card made to fit a wagon door, a sedan door. So it's got the dip in it here. But that's custom made. Seidel has made that for me. You don't have to do that. But that's all the things we ran into getting the sedan dip into a wagon door. Now, I shaved the door handles too. Of course, you don't have to do that. We went a little custom with this one. Also, as I recall, this is 210 trim. The door that I cut this piece out of was a Bel Air, and we had extra holes that were actually visible that we had to fill in. Actually, Brandon, the guy that done it for me, finished the door, had it painted, and said ready to go. And I laid this 210 trim up there, and there was these big holes visible, so we had to go back and put those back in. This stainless trim is just slightly longer. I didn't have to modify it, but it is slightly longer than just the straight wagon trim. It doesn't cause any problems, but it does overhang. I don't know if you can see it here. That overhangs just a little bit there, more than the actual wagon trim. Now, I don't have my piece. I don't have that piece in. There's a piece there. I've got it. I just haven't got it put on. Something else I did. That's a Bel Air or a 210 stainless piece. It's mounted on a really long screw that goes inside, and it's there to fill the gap. And on this one, I don't have, there is a metal piece that goes here that I don't have on this wagon. I've got it, I just didn't put it on, or took it back off, because when I shave the door handles, it's much easier to hit the poppers and be able to reach in and grab that. I like that little hole there to be able to grab and pull the door open. But if you got real handles, you can put that piece back in. But that's a 210, or for a wagon, that's a Bel Air piece. The 150s would have been a solid piece. That metal insert is solid, so you wouldn't have that. But that's what we ran into getting the putting the dents into a four-door wagon, Bel Air wagon rear door. I really like the looks. I'm building other wagons. I won't put it on every wagon, but I think that's neat to have that in there.